Hey y'all, so remember this lady?
My daughter punched me and kicked me in my face tonight. I'm still losing hair. And it is not okay to post that on Reddit and try to make me look like an asshole. Okay, because I'm a real bitch. I am an honest person and I never lie. I'm a good mom. I literally would buy a first class ticket to where the you live, show up at your front door and be like, come talk to me. As you can see, I've been crying. So you, because you're punk. Okay, I bet you I can still pull more hair out of my head. I'll knock you the out.
Well, she's back, and worse than ever. If you haven't watched my last video about this woman, I posted it back in January of this year. It's about 7 months old at this point, almost 8 months old. This is Sunnee D. She is, or was, one of the top 10 distributors in the multi-level marketing company called Bomb Party. A Bomb Party is a company that does the reveal, like, ring bomb surprise, you know, that you go on TikTok and you see a bunch of ladies with a big old pot of water throwing bath bombs into it and then pulling rings out and being like, look how beautiful it is, when it's like really super ugly. She was one of those ladies. She was one of the top people in Bomb Party until this situation happened. Before this situation happened though, she did go viral early this year. She went live to sell her jewelry and instead ended up telling everybody how her teenage daughter beat her up because Sunnee said that she wasn't allowed to have her boyfriend spend the night.
I let my kid beat me up when I could have destroyed her ass.
And she crashed out really hard over that. She was calling everybody every name in the book, yelling at people on Reddit for posting her personal business there, even though she's the one who posted it in the first place, taking zero accountability. Later on, she did come out and post like a text apology to her Facebook saying, I shouldn't have ever gone live. That was a mistake. You think? But the internet never forgets. And unfortunately for Sunnee D, here we are again. And what we're about to watch is a crash out that has resulted in her being terminated from Bomb Party while she's holding on to $60,000 worth of inventory that has so far gone unsold. $60,000. And that is so much of the problem with multi-level marketing companies like Bomb Party and others like Paparazzi, Rise, LuLaRoe, basically any multi-level marketing company that, I don't want to say requires you to hold an inventory, but that generally ends up being how most people make their sales if they're doing like a party model or whatever, you know. This is a big problem because if something happens and you end up having a ton of inventory that you can't sell, you're in the hole, man. You're in the red. And, you know, good luck getting rid of it. Sunnee's lucky because she has a following of people who will certainly take all this off her hands. But, you know, your average Joe who gets talked into joining a multi-level marketing company, not really knowing what to expect, and they end up spending thousands of dollars of inventory that they end up not being able to offload, like that is a big problem we see in multi-level marketing companies like this. Sunnee D is now a victim of this. However, I think she'll be just fine. Oh my god, her little link tree has like this cute little witch's finger as a cursor. Can you guys see this? Oh my god. I was just coming here to find out how many TikTok followers she has. I think she blocked me. All right. Let's get into my sock account.
12 seconds later.
58.6 thousand. So, I don't know. I mean, at least she has a TikTok audience that's going to buy this stuff off of her. So, allegedly, right before this live happened, this live that we're going to be watching today, she was actually suspended from Bomb Party for something other than this crash out that we're going to watch. And she'll go into it and tell us why, and we'll talk about it, I think, when she gets into it, just so that things don't get super repetitive here. A little bit of content warning, I suppose. She is extremely intoxicated in this video. The live starts out of her at some kind of concert. She has been drinking double shots of Tito's, which is a vodka, mixed with soda and lime. And she has had multiples of those. I want to say she had 3 of them, which would be 6 shots of alcohol together. If it were me, you'd have to scrape me off the floor after 6 shots of alcohol, and I would not be feeling very good. Sunnee D has a history of using alcohol to pacify her feelings, which always leads to her getting in trouble. That's why she went live when her daughter beat her up, and then she regretted it the next day. She got really drunk at a concert and went live at the Like, I don't understand why she felt like she needed to do this here. Like, right now. You're at a concert. Like, enjoy your night. Wake up tomorrow morning and, like, go off on the... I don't know. She's just, like, clearly not in the right mindset. Like, a night like this should really be the thing that, like, takes a lot of weight off your shoulders, clears your mind, lets you let loose for a while. However, she went along with her continuing crash out. Like, I don't know. I think it's very clear that Sunnee D does not make good decisions when it comes to alcohol. She doesn't make good decisions when it comes to what she does and says on her live streams, which is ironic because this is literally her fucking income. Her job is going live and she seems to be fucking it up over and over and over again, not learning her lessons. Long story short, Sunnee D is a mess of a person. And just so you know, I am going to be cutting this live up. If you want to see the entire live stream in full, my friend DC live streamed a full reaction to what we're going to be watching today, uncut. Well, I mean, she was reacting to it, so she had to stop and whatever, but she didn't cut anything out of it. That will be on her channel. I'll link it down below. And also, of course, thank you to DC for sending me this because she's always on top of recording live streams. So go show her some love. Okay, with that, I think we're ready to press play and just watch the crash out happen. And before I do that, please make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. She said, I'm live right now. I'm trying to figure out how to flip the camera. Ma'am, your job is going live on TikTok for like hours and hours every single day, and you don't know how to turn your camera around? That is sign number one that this bitch is way too intoxicated for her own good. This was a bad decision.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to get a camera, a video of the concert, and it's done. The encore is done. Like, they're not going to do an encore.
I don't know why my player keeps like blacking out. I don't know if that's because there's something wrong with the video file. So if you see the screen going black and like the file name popping up on the screen, I don't know why it's doing that. That's really annoying.
I love y'all. We'll be live. Oh my God, you just dropped a $12 drink, bitch. $12 drink on the floor. I'm not mad at you. $12 drink on the floor.
Did you just call your husband a bitch? Listen, like, I call people bitches all the time. Basically, everyone in my life I've probably called a bitch, except for my husband. If he's cool with it, then fine, but, like, I know my husband would not like it if I was, like, even playfully just being like, bitch, what? Like, I don't think that he would respond to that very well. Maybe her husband's different, but I'm like, to me, calling your husband a bitch is kind of weird. I don't know, if he's all right with it.
He walked right into me, knocked my fucking $12 drink out of my hands. Really did. It's okay. It's okay. I'll grab another one.
Hey, Sunnee, I don't think you need another one. Also, $12 for a drink at a concert venue like this is actually pretty cheap. Well, I mean, I guess it's just, well, it's still a double shot of vodka at a concert hall like this? That seems cheap. Anyway, girly pop, you don't need another drink. Clearly. You just dropped your last one. I think you're done.
Oh my God, did you see that? Literally walked right into me. I'm not gonna get upset. Listen, I got a lot of stuff to be upset about lately. I'm not going to be upset about that. Double Tito's and soda with a lime.
She immediately just walks up to the bar and orders another drink. You are leaving the venue right now. The night's over. What are you doing? You don't need to get drunker. Like, you go home and go to sleep.
They're closed. We're done. All right.
It's the end of the concert. Of course they're closed.
I can grab your hand. I'm just trying to talk to my ladies right now. Well, hello, officer.
Sunnee, you can't say that to a cop. Hello, officer is an open invitation for them to be like, ma'am, how much have you had to drink tonight? Obviously, and she's gonna get in the car. She's not driving. Her husband is driving. No way to know what level of intoxication her husband's at. I just hope he's being responsible. I mean, I guess everyone at this concert is probably equally wasted, but like this, not everyone, but a lot of these people, but like, even if you're drunk, what makes you like open your mouth and look at a police officer and be like, hello, officer? It could be worse. She could have called him ossifer. Like, that would be bad.
You're so gross. We don't care about you. We don't care about you. Because here's the thing. I've had like fucking 12 different companies reach out to me in the past couple days. Wanted to recruit me because they know I'm a big seller from Bob Hardy. So like if Bob Hardy wants to get rid of me, which I know they don't, and I'm not talking shit, but I've got many companies that are ready to recruit my ass.
Okay, first of all, pause story on point. Second of all, those are called bridge contracts. If you don't know, a bridge contract is something that a multi-level marketing company will write up and draft and send out to a very successful distributor in another multi-level marketing company, and they will offer them money or like other perks to be like, come work for us, come to our company, bring your team over. Hey, you got a team of 3,000 people, bring them all over. We'll give you a guaranteed $100,000 a year. We'll guarantee that you always get paid the top amount of commissions. Like, you know, a lot of MLMs will be like, oh, you make 25% commission, but if you sell this much in a month, then you can get bumped all the way up to 35%. Like something, like they'll offer you stuff like that. There are perks and benefits. Basically, they're just saying like, bring your team over and we're going to give you a bunch of money. That's what the bridge contract is. She's saying because she was in the top 10 of Bomb Party, apparently a lot of companies are sending bridge contracts over to her and being like, come work with us and we'll give you these things. But this again is before Bomb Party terminated her. She was at this point just suspended, and she's going to get into the reasons why she got suspended, and we'll talk about it then.
Many of people that want to bring me on because they know what I can do, okay? So you can troll me all you want.
Ew. Put your tongue in
There's
your mouth. God
Had a
damn.
great time tonight. Y'all can troll me all you want with those nasty, ignorant, racist comments, but let's be real. We don't deal with that in my community. Everybody is welcome. Whether you're a paparazzi rep, a rise rep, whether you're any of that, no matter what color your skin is, it doesn't matter. You can troll me all you want with that racist shit. It's not gonna matter.
Okay, so my understanding of what this is referring to is that apparently, and I don't know because, I mean, I could probably scroll through her Facebook and see if there's something here, but apparently she's a Trump supporter, and I guess people were hopping into her lives and going on her social media and basically saying she's racist and blah, 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 justifiably so.
Because we respect and accept everybody. So,
I don't think
my
you do.
on-time pre-order party is open. And if you have any questions about signing up to be a rep, so's my link.
Which is bizarre because she's clearly not happy with Bomb Party right now, but here she is still being like, hey, join my team. You are openly being like, I'm mad at this company. The company I'm in right now, I'm mad at them. And she very clear, like this passive aggressive tone that she has with the smile on her face, like it grosses me out. It gives me the ick. It's like she's trying to act like she's unbothered, but it's very clear how bothered she is. It's just nasty. Like this personality, I'm just like, I don't want to be around someone like this. Like you're not giving off like welcoming vibes. Like, yeah, join my team, join my community, be a fan of me, watch my content. Yeah, she's not doing that right now with this tone. I don't want to tone police anybody, but like, come on. Like you're really gonna sit here and listen to her talk like this with that stupid smile on her face and be like, she seems nice. No, she seems like someone who's crashing out. She seems like someone who is mentally unstable, and I'm not saying that as like a derogatory or whatever. She's not okay. She's like, normal people don't behave this way. I don't like these vibes. I don't like them. She grosses me out.
Oh, people are so gross. People are so gross.
Yeah, you are.
Can you imagine being a person that just like wanted to report someone multiple times to get them in trouble when they have 3 kids and a husband and mortgage, car payments, bills, and all that other shit? Imagine being that person.
Bitch, we all have bills to pay and families and like being a mother, being a wife, being a homeowner does not absolve you of your terrible behavior. Now, from what I can tell, and again, we're gonna get into it, but the reasons why that she was like, not terminated, suspended from Bomb Party in the first place, I look at it as like, man, MLMs are bullshit. Those are stupid reasons to like punish someone, you know? That's just my opinion. However, reporting her multiple times to TikTok is justified. Why? Because promoting and selling multi-level marketing products on TikTok is very blatantly against their terms and conditions. Now, do they enforce these terms and conditions very well? No. I can't tell you how many messages I've gotten from you guys that are just like, I just found this TikTok, I reported it, and they told me it wasn't breaking community guidelines, but it's very clearly an MLM. And I'm like, don't know what to tell you. They do this shit all the time. I have seen them act on it before, but it's very rare that they do. But hey, if you are on a platform openly and what I believe to be scamming people, and what everyone else who has been reporting you probably believes the same thing for multiple reasons, and we can get into that, I guess. But like, if you are breaking rules, potentially harming people by trying to recruit them into your schmearamid schmeem, in my opinion, yeah, you deserve to be reported. You do not get a free pass to break rules or break the law. Not that this is a law, I'm just saying, like, you don't get a free pass for your bad behavior because you have bills to pay, because you have a family. So does everyone else, and you don't see us up here breaking community guidelines all over social media. There's a reason you're being reported. People like her, just like, they can't take accountability for themselves. They can't take responsibility for themselves. They are the most self-victimizing people I've ever seen, and it's just pathetic. It's honestly really sad. Okay, so before I press play to keep going, I guess I do want to mention some of the reasons why I believe personally, in my opinion, that Bomb Party is a schmear and also a scam. Number one, when you buy a piece of jewelry from Bomb Party, you can't trade it in. Like, so these are surprises. Yeah, surprises. They're in a bath bomb. You don't know what you're gonna get, and that's all it's almost like gambling in a way. Not to say that gambling is a scam, but the house always has the advantage when you gamble, right? It's kind of the same in MLMs that operate in this way. So with Bomb Party, you pay 30, 40 bucks for whatever piece of jewelry you're buying, and if you don't like what you get, you can't trade it in front of the rep, first of all. If someone in the chat gets a piece of jewelry that you like, and you want to trade your piece of jewelry that you don't like for theirs, you can go and message them privately and sort that out between each other, but you can't be in the chat in front of the Bomb Party rep and be like, oh, I want that one, will you trade? Like, you can't do that. You're basically shit out of luck if you get a piece of jewelry that you don't like. And the thing is that Bomb Party jewelry, most of it isn't cute. Most of it is really gaudy and ugly, in my opinion. A lot of the pieces come broken. They're allegedly not made well. I know DC has a Bomb Party piece of jewelry that like has a straight up thumbprint on the resin pour, which they're always like, oh, it's lab created this stone, and it's like, you're like, in my opinion, it looks like you're pouring resin into a mold and putting it into a ring. Also, the reps don't even make that much money when they sell a piece of jewelry. Like, I'd have to pull up the like commission calculations or whatever, but some of these pieces, they'll get like $6 or $7 if they sell one, and it's like, that's really not that much considering a lot of these pieces are like $30, $40. Like, that's really not a great commission. Also, I just happen to think that any MLM that promotes hoarding inventory, in my opinion, it is my opinion that Bomb Party does do this because their main method of sales is going live on TikTok and selling on TikTok Live. So they have to buy inventory in order to do that. So in my opinion, that encourages inventory loading, which can lead to financial losses. And that's not even getting into like the MLM industry as a whole being a scam, in my opinion, because they'll say anything they need to say in order to recruit you to join their team, to join their company, whatever the they'll promise you financial freedom, they'll promise you time freedom, they'll promise you vacations and this and that. And ultimately, when you get in there, you kind of realize that the way that you make the most money is by also recruiting a team and not necessarily by selling the jewelry yourself or the product or whatever MLM we're talking about. You make more money the more people you recruit in just about every MLM, period. Bomb Party, I think, isn't as like a blatant product loophole as a lot of other MLMs are, because their business operations do depend on people buying the products, like outside customers buying the products. But a lot of MLMs, it's the reps that are buying all the products. They're like health and wellness MLMs or like essential oils and stuff. Like, those are products that you have to use and then you have to buy more. In jewelry, it's like you buy a piece of jewelry, you don't run out of that. I mean, unless you want another piece of jewelry, and then it can get addictive too, like just like gambling can. I hope that all of what I'm saying here, and this is all off the top of my head, I'm sure there's a lot of other reasons I'm not thinking of right now, but those are the reasons why I say Bomb Party and any MLM in general are scams, in my opinion. Oh, also, there have been multiple studies that show that a vast majority, we're talking like between 80 to 90%, sometimes even one FTC paper cited like 99.7%. There was another study by AARP that was like 80 something percent. I don't know. So it depends on what studies you're looking at, that, but generally, the vast majority of people who participate in multi-level marketing companies will lose money, period. That is statistically true across the board. If you want to make money in a multi-level marketing company, what it generally comes down to is recruiting a team of people beneath you to also sell the product, and you make a cut of whatever they sell. And the more people you have underneath you, the more little cuts of commission you're getting, and that adds up, and that's how you zoop up to the top of the pyramid. Sorry, I know that was really long. I just have to make that part very clear.
Low life. A low life. A low life.
You're calling people lowlives for calling you out for your terrible political affiliation? All right, sis.
Hubby's trying to get me off live because he knows how I am when I get to yapping.
How about listen to your husband? Yeah, let this be known. He's trying to be like, hey, Sunnee, maybe don't live stream right now. Maybe you shouldn't. Listen to your husband, dude. Like, he's clearly the one here trying to protect you from the inevitable of getting terminated after this live. Like, he's trying to protect you, and you're just like, no.
So I'm not going to talk about why I was suspended. I'm not going to do that.
Yes, she is.
But I will say is the only two things that they actually have any proof on that they can actually show me was I shook a box on my live to make sure nobody got no dupes. And I posted about earning Hawaii trip.
Okay, so apparently with Bomb Party, it is against their rules to shake a box before you open it for a customer. Oh, real quick, by the way, we found out that it wasn't just one box, it was at least 10 boxes. And that's just from one live. DC unearthed the footage of this incident that got her terminated. I'm showing it on the screen here, so all credit goes to DC for this clip. Go show her some love. But when Sunnee says, I shook a box, she's downplaying the reality of the situation. And she's probably shook more boxes on other lives too. My understanding is that this is against the rules because it ruins the surprise. And the surprise is like their entire business model. Like, that's how they operate, is off these surprises. Is that a stupid rule? Yeah. Who cares? Like, you're shaking a box. It's jewelry. Like, how easy is it to tell? I mean, I feel like that's a stupid rule, but nonetheless, if it is their rule, and you know you're not supposed to do it, and you're doing it anyway, okay? As far as saying she earned the Hawaii trip, this thing was a little confusing to me at first. I think it's because she used the word earned, which is not against FTC guidelines, by the way, and also, like every other MLM will be like, I earned a trip to the Bahamas. I earned a trip to Vegas. Like, they say that shit all the time, but apparently Bomb Party says you can't say earned. You have to say qualified for or something like that if you're gonna share. So I guess that's the little stipulation there. Again, I think that's stupid. No matter what, these vacations, these trips that multi-level marketing distributors gloat about all over social media all the time, they're basically just used as like a promotional trip so they can make a bunch of social media content and be like, look at how awesome my job is. I got this free trip to Hawaii. I got this free trip to Vegas, blah, 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 whatever the it's to create FOMO in people. So you're posting this to your social media and people are going, oh, that's cool. She got to go to Vegas for free. And a lot of times these trips are not free. They'll pay for the hotel or something, but you a lot of times have to pay for your flight there. You have to pay for your food, your drinks, your activities or whatever. Just depends on the trip and the multi-level marketing company that is hosting the trip. It depends. It's different all the time. But they do these things and it's in the same way that they have the car bonuses and stuff. It is a physical manifestation of your success in the company so that you can then go show it off to people in your life, people around you, people who follow you, so that they'll be like, wow, I want to go on a trip to Hawaii just for selling jewelry on TikTok Live. I want to have a free car, even though that whole thing is a whole other fucking rabbit hole that's not a free car. Anyway, do I think that's a stupid reason to terminate someone? Yeah, for saying earned. I think that's stupid, but whatever. Okay, let's keep going.
They can't prove anything else because it's not real. Oh, where are my mods? We have a Niger in the chat. Oh my, where are my mods?
This sounds really bad. Someone said in DC's chat last night that this was not her almost using the N-word to insult someone. They think that it is someone's username, or maybe it's something they put in chat. That's what the speculation is, but I don't have proof of that. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my gosh, she's being racist right now. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt on this. Come to your own conclusions on that. I just cannot believe she said that out loud. Do you need to say that out loud if that's their username? All she had to do was be like, mods, I think you know exactly who I'm talking about. Let's get this guy kicked out. Hey, that's a up username. Get out of here, you know? I don't think she had to say it like that, but whatever.
Oh, Niger, you are so weird. You are so weird. So that's all I'm gonna say.
No, it's not.
Out of the whole list that somebody made me they made their whole life about me. I was literally told I had so many complaints about me, they had to do something.
Shocking. Who would complain about a woman like this? Like, imagine if I just talked like this all the time. Like, should I just do this for the rest of the video while I'm talking about how terrible of a person she is? Like, isn't this a little bit, like, off-putting? Isn't it weird when I smile like this, but I'm really, like, talking about, like, exposing this woman for just being terrible? Isn't this weird that I'm doing this? It is weird. It is weird. It's fake. And also, like, okay, when she got exposed in the last video I made about her 17 months ago, she was going off and being like, you know why I told you guys that my daughter beat me up and that's why I was late? Because I'm real. I'm real. And it's like, and now we're sitting here watching this and it's like, bitch, this is the fakest fucking shit. I mean, I can see right through this. Like, you want to reach through the phone screen and start bitch slapping some people. I know that's what you want to do, Sunnee, but instead you're just like, you guys are so weird. Hey, N-word. Like, what? What? I get it. You're intoxicated. Your walls are down. You have no inhibitions at all right now. You have no filter. Clearly, alcohol will do that to people. I'm also just like, I know her husband was just like, hey, Sunnee, get off live. If it were my husband, if I were doing this, my husband would take the phone from my hand and throw it out the car window. I don't want to be terrible to her husband because, like, clearly, like, he's dealing with a lot here, being married to someone like Sunnee D. But, like, you could try a little bit harder to get her to stop embarrassing herself like this. He's just like letting her do it. He's driving her drunk ass home, letting her do this. And this is her job. If I got on live drunk as and started behaving this way and speaking this way, people who care about me, like, people would be texting me. Aaron and DC and, like, everyone would be texting me. They'd be blowing up my phone like, turn off the live. Turn off, like, that's what friends do. That's what people do when they love you. That's what my husband would be like, Savannah, we're getting off the live now. You know, I just wonder, like, either she's got him by the balls and being like, don't ever defy me, honey. Maybe he's just a little bitch. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he's unaware. I don't know. She did call him a bitch earlier, so maybe there's something to that. I don't know why he's not trying harder to get her to fucking behave and not ruin her fucking income. Not ruining her business. The thing that pays y'all's bills. Why aren't you trying harder to make her stop?
So I've had like 75,000 people reach out to me from other MLMs and other things trying to recruit me. Everybody's trying to recruit me right now. We would love to have you. We would never treat you this way. Never. Especially if you were one of our top 10 sellers for 3 years in a row. We would never do this to you.
I just feel like even like the top distributors in a lot of MLMs like still get held accountable for their shit. And she is being held accountable for some of her shit. If I were running an MLM, I don't care how much money you're making me, you're a liability, Sunnee. I wouldn't want you representing me. I would not want someone with this attitude, with this weird behavior, constantly being intoxicated and making terrible mistakes on live over and over again. I would not want someone like you representing my company. I don't care how much money you make me. She has joined another MLM company, which is Rise, by the way, which is basically the same exact thing as Bomb Party, except every time I've ever seen Rise's jewelry, I at least feel like it's a little more fashionable and less ugly. I'll give Rise that. I just don't think that they're going to handle her and her bullshit for very long. I think eventually they're gonna be like, oh, okay, now I see why Bomb Party was just so eager to get rid of her. How can you not? Like, the first live that I covered of her to me would have been like, girl, you can't be like selling our shit and talking about this and doing this. Like, it's a bad look on us. You can't, like, she should have been reprimanded the first time. But apparently, she just went months and months and months without being reprimanded for her terrible behavior. And now she's like, well, what the hell? It's like, dude, you got away with so much more than you should have.
I don't want to go anywhere. I love where I'm at. But I'm just saying, I have many people that want me.
They want the money that you bring in, and they're not going to want to deal with you personally for very long. I guarantee it. I give her a year tops in Rise. I don't think she'll even last that long. There's no way that she can continue behaving this way. Just like go on to a new company like nothing ever happened and have that company be like, this is fine. Rise has to have at least a smackerel of respect for themselves to be like, actually, you cannot be behaving this way.
But you know what? I'm not live for BP. I was drinking at the fucking concert. Yes, I was. And I'm feeling good.
Dude, the way she's talking right now reminds me so much of Beauty by Steph A. Was that her name? I don't know. It's been a while since I covered her, but I have a few videos about her too.
I am yelling. I am raising my voice. Guess what? This is my live. This is my house. I want people to know that I mean business.
She's got the same, like, condescending tone kind of feeling like, it's like, yeah, I did. What are you going to do about it, basically, you know? We're seeing very similar characteristics coming through here.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to cause any problems. But I'm just saying there's lots of people that would be really happy to have me on their team. And not suspending me for suspicion. Take the next right onto Wind Creek Boulevard. Suspicion with no proof.
Yeah, also, she's live streaming while they have their GPS, like, vocally, audibly telling them where to go. Like, this is dangerous. This is irresponsible. Anyone who's an influencer should know you should not make posts or go live telling people where you're at while you're there. If you're going to be posting, if you're at a restaurant and you're posting pictures of your food, don't tag the restaurant until you fucking leave. Like, people are scary. In this situation, you are inviting people to come find you. I've watched enough true crime and like creepy YouTube videos to know what kind of things can happen when you are live streaming your location or tagging a location that you are in at the time you are there, and what can happen. Like, it's an open invitation for people to stalk you, and I know she's in a car, but what's stopping people from following you home? You know, like, it's just, what are you doing? This is irresponsible. You have almost 60,000 followers on TikTok. You should know better. Now, everyone's gonna know where you live. If they're listening to this GPS navigation, they know where you live now. Great job. They could be following you right now. Cool.
But out of the list, listen, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to put this out there. I did not want to make a big thing about it, but I have.
Why?
I had a great time at the concert tonight.
I didn't want to do this thing, but I'm doing it anyway. Fucking why?
I know, baby. You don't want me to talk. I know. I get it. I know.
No, I asked you for a slice of gum.
That's okay.
I know what you're saying. I know you don't want me doing this. No, actually, Sunnee, I just want to chew some gum, please. She's like, yeah, but I still know, though. Like, I still know that you want me to shut up, right? What is this, like, it's a weird, like, power play, being like, you don't want me to do what I'm doing right now. Haha, you can't stop me. You're driving a car. What?
Brandon don't want me to talk, and I'm trying my hardest not to, but, like, my feelings are hurt. I've been a top seller in this company for 3 years.
I just don't think she's trying very hard. Don't sit here and be like, I'm trying so hard not to do what I'm doing right now. Are you? I don't think you are. Listen, I'll even give you more credit. I think you could possibly have more self-control in this. You're just like, I don't wanna, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Something tells me, you know, you are a grown-ass adult woman, Sunnee D. Something tells me that if you didn't want to do this, you wouldn't be doing it.
I'm being called a liar. I'm being called that I fabricated a story they can't prove. I'm being told I'm selling to a D-stasher, but they don't know who she is. Can't prove where she's going live. Can't prove anything. They don't know who she is, but it's suspicion. And that's where I'm at.
Okay, so now let me tell you what I'm pretty sure a D-stasher is. So a D-stasher allegedly, and there are a few definitions and a few things that people have told me what a D-stasher is. Generally, my understanding is it could be one of two things. It could be a rep who has a lot of inventory, who is selling said inventory to other reps at a discount to get rid of the inventory that they have, basically just to get their money back. Or, and I think that, because Sunnee says in another live, she kind of defines what she thinks a D-stasher is, so I think this is what she's talking about and what is against the rules. She says that she is selling to somebody who buys like 100 pieces of jewelry at a time. There have been lives lives where Sunnee is going for like hours and hours and hours, just like opening ring bomb after ring bomb after ring bomb for one person. Someone dropping thousands of dollars in one go with Sunnee D. And this person apparently does this a lot. So then what they do is they keep the pieces they want, and then they'll go into like Facebook group. There are Facebook groups for bomb party destashing, like buy, sell, trade. Like if someone gets a bomb party piece that they don't like, they'll go into one of these Facebook groups and be like, I have this piece, I'm looking for this other piece, who wants to trade, basically, who has the thing I want, what do you want for it, you know? So a lot of these destashers will keep the ones they like, and then they'll go into these Facebook groups and then sell the pieces they don't want to people who are looking for them, basically. My understanding is the reason why it is against the rules to sell to people like this is because it ruins the surprise. And like I was saying before, with Bomb Party, that's the business model. That's the surprise element, the gambling, the thrill of like, what am I gonna get? You know, that kind of thing is really what brings the company a lot of profit and business. If they were just selling all of their pieces just openly, people probably wouldn't buy them because most of them are kind of ugly. It's subjective, I know. There are some pieces that Bomb Party has put out that I'm like, that's fine. But most of them, I see them and I'm like, that looks like a nipple. That one looks like blackheads. Like, they have so many that I'm just like, that, why would someone A, wear that, and B, make it in the first place? Like, there are a lot of pieces like that with Bomb Party. While I understand the sentiment, not to stick up for MLMers, but it seems really stupid to punish a distributor for selling to anybody, because that person can go and do whatever they want. They bought the product, they bought the inventory, they should be able to do what they want with it. If they go off and then go de-stash it and ruin the surprise for other people who are looking for this ring or that ring or this bracelet or that bracelet, I don't see how that's the seller's fault and how that's the seller's responsibility. And how are they supposed to know that that's what they're gonna end up doing with it? Even if someone buys like 3 rings and then they only keep the one that they like and then they go trade the other 2, that would technically be de-stashing. You wouldn't be doing 100 at a time, but it's still, you know, like, it seems like an unenforceable rule, and I think it's stupid. That being said, MLMs are stupid, so go figure that they do this shit. But I mean, it's just another reason not to join Bomb Party. It's just another one of their stupid rules that is meant to control its reps, meant to keep everyone in line. Now, Sunnee D is saying here, like, no, I'm not. They're just suspicious that someone who always buys a lot of stuff from me is a destasher. She is about to go on in like just a few seconds and then admit to it. She's gonna be like, oh yeah, well, she buys a lot from me and then she just goes and sells the pieces she doesn't want. Like, why is that my fault? Which I agree, why is that your fault? It shouldn't be your responsibility and your fault. However, you're admitting to it. You're sitting here being like, no, I don't sell to a destasher, and then like in 30 seconds she's gonna be like, yeah, I do sell to someone who I know destashes. But she's like, well, you can't prove it because you don't know what Facebook group this person's going into and selling all their stuff, so like you can't prove that they're a destasher. Which is true. I admit to these 2 things, but these other things I didn't do, except for when I did them. What the
Because she isn't a destasher. She's a big seller, or a big buyer. And she sells the shit she don't want. The ugly shit. Let's be real. There's ugly shit. And she sells it for $10. That's not a destasher. A destasher doesn't sell rings for $10, because you know what? She paid $25. She's losing money.
Which is also bizarre to me. Like, how do you have this much disposable income that you can just throw like $4,000 or $5,000 at Sunnee D at a time and have her open up like 100 ring bombs for you and then sell all of it at a loss? How does anyone have that much disposable income to just do that? And yeah, I understand the suspicion, but so is what Sunnee D is saying is like, oh, well, because she's not actually like making a profit doing that, then she's not a destasher. But if she was selling for full price, then she'd be a destasher. I don't know about that.
The messages I'm getting for people recruiting me are insane. They would appreciate and love me on their team.
Ew. People who smoke in their cars, like, what are you doing? You're gross. I know that, like, smoking is an addiction and stuff, and, like, people have a really hard time quitting it, but, like, you have to do it in your car. That's f***ing nasty.
Oh, I just got restricted. I bet it was a cigarette.
What does that mean? You just got restricted? Like TikTok is like not pushing your shit out anymore? I don't know. I don't use TikTok and I've never gone live on TikTok, so I don't really know what this means. She's clearly still live, so maybe it's like, maybe that it put like an age limit on her live or something, and now it's not pushing it out to other people in the feeds. Am I gonna have to blur out that freaking cigarette because apparently smoking is not a good thing to show? Smoking a cigarette, like if it was weed or something I'd understand, but it's like cigarettes are legal. They're stupid and they suck, but they're legal. They're not against the law.
I'm gonna tell you, I've literally slept maybe 6 hours in 2 days. My mind won't stop. And I don't want to say anything to get myself in trouble because I know people are screen recording this, so I'm not going to say anything to get me in trouble. They want to take food out of my kid's mouth. They want to make sure my kids don't have school clothes. They want to make sure that my kids don't have their bills paid. They want to make sure all of this because I'm an MLM.
First of all, really great pause stories here. Second of all, this is like what I was saying earlier, is like, you do not get a pass because you have kids. You do not get a pass because you have bills to pay. You are, in my opinion, a despicable human being. You are irresponsible. From what I have seen, I don't think she's a good parent. I think she openly admits that she spoils her child. Her kid has a fucking credit card and then beats her up on the weekends when her mom says that her boyfriend can't spend the night. Her 19-year-old boyfriend, by the way. Yeah, go watch that video if you haven't. It is wild. No, there's nothing that I'm seeing here that screams to me, oh, she's doing her best and maybe we shouldn't take her livelihood away from her, because also your livelihood is harming people. Multi-level marketing companies harm people, period. You are making money off of the losses of others. So yeah, that's why we're reporting you. That's why I cover you. And it's also just really easy to criticize her, really, because she's just a monster of a human. This is my opinion. I think she's a fucking monster. I don't want to be anywhere near this woman. And if I'm not careful, she's gonna buy a first-class plane ticket and show up at my front door and beat me up. She's not a good person. I don't care that you have a family. I don't care that you have bills to pay. So do I. So does everyone else fucking watching this. Not necessarily a family, but they got bills to pay. We all have fucking bills to pay. A lot of us also have families. You are not absolved of your bad behavior because you have kids that have to have school clothes. Like, if you didn't want your income taken away from you, first of all, don't be so fucking irresponsible with it. You're being really irresponsible right now because, as we know, she got terminated because of this live. But also, maybe pick any other form of income. Pick any other employment opportunity. Go get a fucking real job. I don't know what else to tell you. If you're going to be a dishonest person, if you're going to make your money dishonestly, if you're going to make your money off of the losses of others while other people are being harmed and losing like, you cannot blame anyone but yourself. If you don't want to lose your income, then pick a job that's not so problematic. I don't know what else to say.
Screen record that.
Okay.
They're trying to hunt me down and destroy me because I'm good at what I do.
She is good at what she does. I'll give it to her. For some reason, she's got a big old audience who always wants to join her lives and buy from her. I will never understand it. I know that there are other bomb party reps that are far less problematic that you could be buying from. Why the fuck are you choosing her? Beats me.
I can go to any company and be good at what I do.
Then do it.
Because I'm a good person. I take care of my customers. I give them shit, take care of shit. Okay? Alright. So I can go to Rise tomorrow and be the #1 top selling fucking rep. That's where I'm at right now. I am angry. I am hurt. I feel like nobody has my back right now. But I'm tired of people talking shit about me behind my back. I'm tired of people talking shit about me, speculating. So they sent me a whole list of shit because somebody's out to get me. They literally know someone's targeting me. Somebody's out to get me, and they are constantly reporting me. So I'm not trying to talk shit on the company. I love BP. I love the people I work for. I love it. I understand their tactics. I understand that destashers are a huge problem. I understand that. I don't sell to destashers. They can't prove that the one order I sold to the same person I've been selling to for 2.5 years. Oh, I got a violation warning. Who's violating me? Who's reporting me? Who's reporting me?
But see, she's like openly smoking on a live stream. And also I know that, like, obviously she's not driving, but maybe someone reported this before, like they came in the middle and didn't realize that her husband was driving. But I know that, like, if someone is driving and creating TikToks, TikTok will put like a warning on the screen and be like, behaving this way can cause injury or death, or I don't know, like there's literally like a warning, like, don't do what this person is doing. So obviously that is something that TikTok doesn't want to see on their platform either. So obviously, you know, she's not driving, but I can see why someone might think that she is. But at the very least, if smoking is not allowed on a live stream, if that is against TikTok's rules, and she knows it's against TikTok's rules, she's doing it anyway and being like, why are you reporting me? It just, like, it goes back to the whole thing. She's like just always breaking some rule somewhere and then complaining that she gets in trouble for it. You're doing this shit to yourself, and how many times do you have to do this before you realize you're the problem? You're not the victim, Sunnee. You are not some victim who's like, I'm not doing anything wrong and people are false reporting me. No, like, it seems like you're being reported for genuine reasons. It just seems like a personal accountability situation here, and you don't seem to know how to do that.
Oh, someone's reporting me. There's the haters.
She's so cringe. I can't.
I'm not mad with BP. I know they have their policies. Okay, this is not about BP.
This is.
This is about those ignorant ass reps that are jealous, hateful, fucking bitches. But I take care of my people that take care of me because I believe in karma, and I believe that that's the way it should be. And my husband is so pissed off at me right now because I'm going live talking about this. He's telling me to shut the fuck up.
He's sitting right there. Her weird rebellion, like, defiance, that's a problem. She's behaving like a teenager who, like, doesn't get her way and says, I'm gonna do it anyway. It's like, how old are you? Like, in your 40s at least, right? At what point do you stop making yourself into a victim, dude? Just fucking take responsibility for yourself. Like, how hard is it? I will never understand this. I don't understand people who can't take accountability for themselves. It's not that hard. Like, just grow up a little bit and then you can do it. And then you can be like, oh, but yeah, I kind of did fuck up there. I got suspended because of my own actions and now I know not to do that again. No, instead she's just like, I'm just gonna keep breaking the rules and then complain about it when I get in trouble for it.
I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to be appreciated for everything I've done for 3 years.
I like how she's like, I don't want to talk shit about anyone. I'm not going to talk shit about anyone. And then it's just like, Bomb Party doesn't appreciate me. No, I think at this point, you've just really pushed them to the edge. Like, they don't want to deal with you anymore, despite how much money you bring them. That's where we're at right now.
I'm being set up. I'm being targeted. And people are after me.
I'm the victim.
But people are after me out of jealousy. And if you just be friends with me, I will shout you out. I will get you sales. It's disgusting what is being done to me right now.
It's disgusting that I'm being held accountable right now. It's disgusting that my own actions got me suspended. It's disgusting that I broke the rules and then they suspended me for doing that. That is disgusting. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing to see a grown-ass woman victimize herself like this. Just sad, pathetic. Grow the f*** up.
I've had about 8 Rise reps reach out to me. I've had multiple other MLMs reach out to me. I've literally had an MLM reach out to me and offer me a $40,000 base on top of their regular commissions for me to come join with them.
I mean, that's nice to have that guaranteed on top of commissions, but, like, that's not really, I mean, I don't know how much she makes just doing her regular Bomb Party stuff, but, like, $40,000 doesn't seem like, if you're the top 10 in an MLM company, you should probably be guaranteed more than that if they're going to try to sell the idea to you. But I mean, it's better than not having a salary at all. I just think it's kind of bizarre. $40K, that's the best you can do? Is that indicative of how shitty most MLMs are doing these days? Maybe. They can only offer a top Bomb Party rep $40,000 guaranteed dollars. And then what? And then she's gonna take that $40,000 and buy a bunch of inventory with it. So they just, like, get that money back. Wow, yeah, they really appreciate you. $40K, woo! Ballin'!
I love this company. I love the community. I love the friends I've made. But I don't want to be called a liar over something I'm not doing.
She literally admitted, I am selling to someone who goes into reselling groups and sells the stuff she doesn't want for $10 instead of the $25 she bought them for. You said that! Like, you just said that! And now she's like, I'm not doing that. I would ask if she hears herself, but she's heavily intoxicated, so I don't know.
So yes, I did shake a box on live. Because when y'all order 10 necklaces, I'm going to try to make sure you don't get 10 of the same. Because I care about my customers. I love my customers. I also posted that I earned Hawaii, which apparently was the wrong thing to say, even though the email that they sent me said that. Everybody else made the same post that earned the trip.
Okay, but was everyone else a top 10 rep in their company, though? Was everyone else having almost 60,000 eyes on them regularly? Like, there's probably a reason why you got caught and no one else did, who also made the same post as you, because you're, like, in the top 10 of the company and you have a lot of eyes on you. And so I think what she believes is that, like, I'm top 10 rep, so I should be able to do whatever I want and get away with it. No, it's more of a reason why you should be a little bit more responsible about the things you post, and you need to be an example for the people who look up to you in the company to know what they can and cannot do. Because actually it sounds to me like you're being a pretty terrible example in more ways than one, Sunnee D.
Everybody else made the same post. They couldn't prove I was selling to a D-stasher because I'm not. I'm not.
I mean, you
Some
admitted
people
it.
have a lot of money, okay? Some people like to spend their money how they like to, and it's not up to you to judge that. And some people like to sell the shit on the buy-sell trade pages that are ugly as for $10 or less.
And then also, she's live being like, yeah, the jewelry that I sell with this company, it's ugly.
I don't do anything wrong to break the rules. Like, I've literally had D-stashers reach out to me, like, hey, so-and-so was selling to me, and now they're blocked. Like, they left. They're suspended. They're terminated. Would you sell me this for this? And I don't even respond, because I don't sell to D-stashers. It's not worth my job. I make a lot of money doing what I do. I'm not going to risk it for a couple $100. And I will go hard to the head for that, because I'm not a liar. I'm not a fucking thief. And I'm so over this shit.
Who called her a thief? Suddenly we're throwing the word thief in here now, though? Like, what are you talking about?
She is not a D-stasher. She sells the shit she don't want. She's a big buyer because she has money, because she's a grown-ass adult, and she can sell the shit on buy-sell trade pages she don't want. Show me where she's going live. Show me. Show me where she's D-stashing it.
Are you trying to tell me that in order to be considered a D-stasher, you have to be selling it on a live stream? I don't think so. She seems to have like a very like specific niche description of what she thinks a D-stasher is. And to be fair, dude, I don't even fucking know. When people say D-stasher, I'm assuming it's someone doing like a going out of business sale with Bomb Party and they're trying to get rid of all their inventory. But I guess in the way that Bomb Party defines it, it's someone who buys from a TikToker on a live and then goes and resells it on their own live without doing the reveal, obviously, because it's already been revealed because they already bought it. I don't think that is like the defining factor of what a D-stasher is. I think Sunnee D is just pulling out of her ass to try to make her look like she's the victim. I'm not doing anything wrong. It's like, well, it kind of sounds like you are if you got terminated. We've been here before, Sunnee, and you're still behaving like this. So it just really sounds like a personal problem.
She's selling rings for $10 a piece, but buying them for $25. That's not a D-stasher. Show me where she is doing this. Nobody can do it. It's speculation. And if you don't like something because it's ugly, or you have 85,000 of them, you can sell them on the buy-sell trade page for $10 after you spent $25 on them. That's not a D-stasher. A D-stasher is somebody that buys something and spends it and sells it for 10 times, and I'm being called a liar.
See, my word for what you just defined would be like a scalper, like a ticket scalper, like someone who buys something and then resells it for a profit. That's a scalper. I think she's just making stuff up. I'm not sure that she even knows what a D-stasher is. I mean, and I don't either. I'm just as confused as the rest of you, probably. There's just so many definitions of a D-stasher being thrown around here and there, and it's just like, I don't even know. I can't keep up with this shit, but what she just defined sounds to me like a scalper. Or you could say like a reseller. Destashing means you have a stash and you're getting rid of it. That could be a bomb party rep who is no longer going to be a bomb party rep anymore and needs to get some money back for all the inventory they bought, and then they sell like wholesale prices to other BP reps. Or it would be someone who, like she's describing, buys a lot of inventory and then goes and sells off the stuff she doesn't want. Like, that sounds like what a destasher should be defined as based on the words and the English language. Like, I don't know. What you're describing is scalping. I don't know.
I was going to keep my mouth shut, but I went to a concert, I had a couple drinks, and I at this point, I don't fucking care. If I mean nothing to a company that I've been with for 3 years and I've been top 10 fucking selling rep, I've walked the stage for even my team for 3 years in a row, so this is where I am. And I'm not talking shit about them.
Yes, you
I
are.
understand they have to look into it. I understand that. But I have plenty of companies that want to give me even a salary to bring me on. You don't understand what I'm being offered right now. Brandon, I know you want to say something. Don't do it. Because I don't want to go anywhere, but I have 85 million fucking people that want me. Do you know how bad it hurts to know that the company that you work for and you bust the ass for 3 years does not have your back?
When you've done nothing wrong, except for the little things you've done wrong. Sunnee, do you hear yourself? I don't think she does. She's like, I've done nothing wrong except for all these things I've done wrong. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's cringe. It's weird. It's almost sad. I'm like, girl, get help. Like, you're clearly not okay. And I'm not just saying that because she drank. Like, I drink alcohol sometimes too. But like, this is clearly a pattern of behavior for her. What's it gonna take to stop? Because you are the one who is standing in your own way with everything. You are the one who is causing these problems for yourself, and you're not going to admit it because you have too much fucking pride for whatever goddamn reason. Who gave you your confidence, chick? I don't know, but I need some of it because it is so you are delusionally confident, and it's weird. Like, how did you become this way? It's just bizarre behavior coming from a grown-ass adult.
This lighter is not fucking working.
She lighting up a second cigarette?
I've had about 8 Rise reps reach out to me and tell me, Sunnee, you'll be number 1 in 1 fucking month. You'll win a trip. That's not to California. And I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to have the backing that I deserve because I'm not a liar. Anybody that knows me knows I will tell you everything. I literally went live after my daughter beat my ass. Months later. I am the most honest fucking person you will meet in your life. I will not lie and I will not steal. And my customer wants to call corporate and she wants to post on my behalf and I'm telling her not to.
Why? I mean, at this point, if she's been that dedicated to you and has given you the thousands of dollars she has clearly given to you, I mean, we're talking like tens of thousands of dollars, probably, whoever this person is. If she's been buying from her for 2.5 years and it's always like 100 fucking rings or whatever the hell, I'm sure she'd be happy to. She clearly likes buying from you. So I just find it kind of strange that you're like, no, do not defend me. She's so upset about being called a liar. And then she's saying that the person who could absolve her of said label, she's telling her not to do it. Something's fishy there. Like, why wouldn't you take her up on that?
So this is where it started. I was allowing buy, sell, trade on my VIP page for the past 2.5 years. 2.5 years was never a problem.
Your own personal Facebook profile, you were running buy, sell, trade. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost positive that that is against Bomb Party's rules. You are not supposed to be able to trade with people in front of the rep. So doing it in their own private Facebook group would violate that. So there you go. There's another fucking rule that I'm thinking that you're breaking. That sounds like you're breaking that rule if I'm understanding correctly. So there's another thing. You can't sit there and be like, I have done nothing wrong. I could probably make a list of a lot of things that you've done wrong. Just like whatever that one person did and then emailed it to corporate and got you suspended. You're just sitting here admitting to it. And then you're denying it after you've already admitted to it. It's like, girl, what a fucking messy ass crash out.
Everybody from corporate's in my group. Everybody's in there. Everybody.
Okay, then why do you do it?
They can watch. Never a problem. Then all of a sudden in May it was. So I get an email. I stop it.
I mean, that sounds to me like you just got away with breaking the rules for a really long time, and eventually they're just like, dude, you gotta stop. It sounds like you've done enough to this company that they're like, when is enough enough, and when do we start reprimanding her? When are you gonna take responsibility for yourself? You signed a contract. You joined Bomb Party, signed a contract saying you wouldn't break their rules, acknowledging their rules, and then for 3 years you go off and break all those rules and you think you can get away with it because you're making the company a lot of money. At a certain point, when does that stop? Sounds like you reached that point here. You're just a liability. They no longer wish to deal with you when you're bullshit anymore. That's what I'm gathering from this. They let you get away with shit, and now you're mad that they're holding it against you. Should they have let you get away with stuff for that long? No. But I mean, if it's their rules, they will enforce them as they see fit. You've been breaking the rules a long time and you've been getting away with it, and now it's done and you don't like that. Sounds like a personal problem. I don't know.
I get an email about my 105 ring order being asked to prove that she's not a destasher, which I did.
In her defense, I don't think it's her responsibility to prove that one of her customers isn't doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. In my opinion, if you have an outside customer in a multi-level marketing company and you sell to them, that's it. That is the transaction, and then whatever they do with that afterwards, that's on them. Is it suspicious that someone bought over 100 rings in one go? Yeah. I'm in her corner as far as, like, it's kind of messed up to hold that against the reps. I mean, I guess unless they're knowingly doing it, but she's sitting here saying she has no knowledge of that. I don't believe that. I don't believe a thing that comes out of her mouth anymore. It is a stupid rule. I admit it's a stupid rule. I get why they don't want people doing it, but it doesn't seem like the rep should be punished for that.
2 weeks later, I get an email with all these shits listed. Here's what you did on this day. Here's what you did on this day. Out of all of it, I did 2.
I did break the rules. Yeah. They sent me a list of rules and told me I broke this rule, and yeah, I did do that. But why are they holding me accountable? It's so bizarre.
I posted a buy, sell, trade link in my VIP group on June something or another. Never did that. I would literally give you my whole bank account and my 3 kids' life if you could prove I did it, because I've never done it.
Your 3 kids' life? Is that what you said? What kind of fucking mother would say that? I will give up all 3 of my children to prove that I didn't do this thing in an MLM. Gross. That's gross.
I'm not going to sit back and sit quiet and make me be the one that's made an ass of when I didn't fucking do it. You will not make me be quiet and say I did something I didn't fucking do. Prove it! Because I didn't fucking do it. I will give you my whole bank account and my 3 children, my house, my car. I never ever posted a buy, sell, trade link in my VIP group.
Dude, this is really rich coming from someone who drinks themselves to this level, apparently fairly often, because we at least have 2 lives where she crashes out like this. It's really, really bold of you as someone who drinks yourself to this point to be like, you can have all of my worldly possessions and also the lives of my children if you can prove that I did this, because I didn't do it. Girl, like, there's a really good chance that you did and you just don't remember. I mean, most of us here have drank enough alcohol to know what happens when there's so much of it in your system that you start forgetting you did stuff. Are we really gonna rule that out? Because I think that's a very distinct possibility here. So it's really, really bold of you to assert this.
So I invoiced them cash and they send me PayPal. It all matches up. So I was questioned about this 2 weeks ago when I sent them the emails of my PayPal transactions and showed them, like, here's what I was paid. I didn't do anything wrong. She didn't even use a coupon and paid me the full amount. That's not a destasher. I'm frustrated, I'm upset, and I feel like nobody has my back. I've busted my ass. I've never fit in.
See, I would understand this and sympathize with her if it weren't for the fact that you admitted to doing shit wrong. You've openly admitted to breaking multiple rules. Like, no one has my back. If you, like, if it was a misunderstanding, if it was something that, like, you truly didn't do, and they're still trying to hold you accountable for something you didn't do, that's one thing. But you have admitted to doing these things.
Very upsetting. It is very unnerving. It makes you feel like you don't fucking matter. It makes you feel like everything you've done does not matter, that nobody cares about you. When you're busting your ass, draining yourself on a live, do you guys even know what it feels like after you do a 10-hour live when you're going? I wake up and I can't even take care of my children without being delirious.
Girl, that is a personal problem. If you are overworking yourself and forcing, like, if you are going live for 10, first of all, she's not going live for 10 hours, because the other thing is, DC scrolled through all of the lives that she has recorded in the past almost year. I think one of the longest ones she saw was 7 hours. She said there wasn't a single 10-hour long live stream in the past almost year. Does that mean that she's never done a 10-hour live stream? No, maybe she did it before DC started recording all of her live streams. But the point is, it's like, I work so hard that I'm delirious afterwards and I can't even take care of my children. You work for yourself. The thing about MLMs is that people are like, time freedom, financial freedom, but especially the time freedom. You work when you want to, where you want to, blah, 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 blah. If you are allegedly streaming for 10 hours at a time, that is your fault. You are the one who presses the live button and lets it go for 10 hours. You are the one overworking yourself. You are your own boss, aren't you? Do you even know what it feels like to work yourself to death? Do you even know what it's like to work yourself so hard that you can't even be a good mother? No, actually, I don't. I'm in the same boat too, where I work when I want, not where I want, because I need my programs and stuff, and I don't have a laptop that can run my editing programs and but I work when I want, and when I feel like I need a break, I take a break. I stop what I'm doing to take care of my children when they need it. See, that's the thing that you guys don't see. I've currently been filming for 2 hours and 13 minutes. I don't know what the edited video is gonna be, but I have had to stop and go downstairs and take care of my son and help him do his things when he asks for me. So that's why a lot of times I am recording for longer than the final video is, but I take breaks when I have to. That's being a responsible parent. That is being a responsible human being who takes care of themselves and the other people that rely on them. No, I don't know what it's like to work myself for 10 hours straight without a break while other people need me. I don't know what that's like. Sorry. You and I, Sunnee, we have the benefit of being able to work whenever we want. The difference between you and me is that I don't work myself into delirium. And if I do, it's while my husband's home and he can take care of the responsibilities that I normally would be taking care of. Right now, in this instance, it's just me and my son. I take breaks. I stop. I went to the bathroom like 30 minutes ago. I had to stop, go potty. You don't see that because I can cut it all out. But the point is, don't try to use this as some sort of sympathy thing. None of us feel sympathy for you on that. If you're streaming for 10 hours, that's your fault. If you are then so sleep deprived and delirious that you can't be a mother, that's your fault. And actually, that's concerning, especially after you went viral for your daughter beating you up. Puzzle pieces really start fitting together, huh? Normal family dynamics don't result in teenage daughters beating up their moms. Like, that's not normal. She tried to say it was normal. You guys don't even know what it's like to raise teenage girls these days. They're so mean. Sounds like that's something on you, dude. Again, no accountability, nothing. She's the victim. Everyone's out to get her. Blah, 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 blah. She's never done anything wrong except all the things she's done wrong. Just bizarre. Bizarre behavior coming out of a full-grown adult. I don't understand.
And I do it every fucking day. I get in my car, I drive my kids to fucking school. I'm not being backed up. I'm being called a liar. I'm being told I fabricated a story. If I get terminated tomorrow because of this lie, that's fine. I'll be with Rise. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on Rise.
See, like, she knew this was gonna happen. This is before she got terminated. This is the live that got her terminated. She's sitting here like, if I get terminated, Okay, so you, like, are doing this despite knowing the consequences of your actions. So don't try to play the victim. Oh, I got terminated by my last company. Wah. Okay, we have some pretty good evidence to show that they're justified in doing so.
I can't share my income that I share with you guys because that's against the FCC, which I will not do.
Not the FCC, the FTC. I heard FCC. So now she doesn't even know what government agency is controlling her line of work. But okay, the FCC is like, they handle like censorship and shit. You're talking about the FTC, yeah.
But it's huge, the amount of money I'm going to lose in 30 days over something I did not do that they cannot prove. Because here's the thing. If I am selling to a D-stasher, let's just say I am, which she's not, but let's just pretend I am. She resells junk jewelry that she bought for $10. That's not a D-stasher. She's losing money. That's not a D-stasher.
Okay, well, here's the thing that I think is really weird. It's like, if you love your job, you love what you do, you love the community, you love, selling the products that you do, and you're gonna sit up there, you've called the jewelry ugly, you've called it junk. What you're saying is that you have no issue selling products, like essentially scamming your audience. That's what I'm hearing when you say that stuff. When you're sitting here being like, I love Bomb Party, but their shit is ugly and it's junk. First of all, if I was Bomb Party, I wouldn't want you representing me. And second of all, what you're basically saying is like, I'm okay with selling the shitty jewelry that I sell to my devoted customers because it makes me a lot of money and I like the community. I like the people that I sell shit jewelry to. I don't think that this is the flex that you think it is.
And I feel like I need to speak up for myself because I feel like my whole, I can't even think of the word I'm talking about. The way people look at me. I can't think of the word. What's the word? The way people look at my reputation.
Yeah.
My reputation is being destroyed. And that's why I'm speaking up. My reputation is being destroyed and talked about on many different websites.
I'm pretty sure you are destroying your own reputation. Like, look at the live that you're doing right now. Come on. You're doing this to yourself. Bomb Party isn't ruining your reputation. This is all based on your actions.
I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but just because somebody has more money than you to dispose does not make them a D-stasher. Because they sell their junk, ugly pieces like Clio and everything else on the buy-sell trade pages does not make them a D-stasher.
It sounds like she is. If she has a stash of jewelry she doesn't like and then she sells it, she is D-stashing. I don't know. English.
That's not a D-stasher. It's not.
It's not?
But I don't feel welcomed. I don't feel wanted. I don't feel appreciated. When I've brought millions into this company. And my feelings are hurt. I deserve a high, which I've never gotten. I deserve a high.
What?
A thank you.
Didn't she say that she has walked across stages at Bomb Party conventions and stuff, which would make sense because if she is the top 10, of course she's going to be on the stage. She's like, no one has ever said hi to me in Bomb Party. They put you on a stage. What are you talking about?
I don't want anyone to feel like I'm trapped here, like I have nothing else to do. Because I have been successful even before this. Yeah, my upline's calling me. She's telling me to shut the up.
I bet she wants you to shut the up because if you get terminated, which we know she does, that's a lot of money that's coming out of her pocket. Your upline, losing you, Sunnee D, is gonna lose her a lot of money. You are probably her cash cow. So no fucking wonder she's trying to call you and be like, hey, can you stop? You're gonna lose me money. Losing you loses me money. Because that's how MLMs work. You recruit someone, you make money off the sales they make. Sunnee D makes a lot of sales. Your upline's getting a bit of a kickback from that. And if that's gone, bye-bye to a lot of her group volume. Of course she doesn't want to lose you. You are her cash cow. You are probably the one who is paying most of her bills. I'm not surprised that your upline is trying to get you to shut up.
But about that point, guys, about that point, that my feelings are that hurt, that for 3 years I have been a top seller for a company that I haven't even had a hello, hi, here I am.
What does that even mean? I don't believe that. She was saying earlier, everyone in corporate is in my private Facebook group, but they've never talked to you. They've never left you a comment. They've never said hello. They've never sent you a message.
If I should have been terminated or suspended, it should have been when all the shit happened to me in January with my daughter.
I agree. And I'm surprised they didn't because then you weren't representing the company well either. But see, that's just another drop in the bucket of like all of these things that you have done where they should have punished you. They should have reprimanded you in some way and they didn't. Now it's catching up with you and you're mad about it. It's not Bomb Party's fault. That's your fault. Those are your own actions.
When I went live when I shouldn't have and had a mental breakdown on live. That's when it should have happened. So I'm going to hop off here so I don't get myself in trouble. But I just wanted to...
Too late.
And I know this is going to get me in trouble. I know it is. And I know that people are screen recording this and you're going to post it because, like, you don't give a about the fact that I have 3 kids and a family feed because I work for an MLM. Oh my God, get a real job. I had a real job for years, bitch.
Okay, then you can go back then. If you behave this way at a real job, they're gonna get rid of you so fast. You got away with way too much for way too long. I mean, it's like when you watch Kit Boga and he's doing, or like any scam baiter really, and he is shutting down scam centers, wasting a lot of time, which is essentially taking money out of the scammer's pocket. But the way they make their money is by stealing it from other people. Those scammers have families. Because I'm not going to sit here and say that an MLM is exactly the same as like tech support scammers and stuff. They're not. I think tech support scammers are worse because they do just blatantly ruin people's lives. I mean, MLMs do too, but it's a different kind of scam. What she's doing here is essentially the same as one of those tech support scammers being like, well, if you get my scam center shut down, I'm not going to have money to feed my children anymore. It's like, then don't be a scammer. Don't be a dishonest piece of shit. Stop benefiting off of other people's losses. Like, no, you don't get sympathy from me. You shouldn't get sympathy from anyone. When a scam call center gets shut down and those scammers go to jail, I'm not sitting there crying about it. I'm not gonna be sad that they no longer have an income from scamming people, from literally stealing people's money, from lying and manipulating elderly people in the United States across the pond. Like, I don't feel bad for them just because they have kids. Oh, we should be okay with them stealing money from people just because they have kids. Come on. If this were something where she legitimately was being framed and like didn't actually do anything wrong and people are just getting all on her for no reason other than like they don't like her, that's one thing, because that would be undeserved. These are consequences of her own actions, and she's just like, why am I the victim? Check yourself, chick. I don't fucking know, man.
And if you don't think me going live for hours on TikTok and draining myself for hours on TikTok, yapping the whole time, non-stop revealing for 10 hours isn't a real job, then you need to get out of your mom's basement, because it is a real job. I don't heavily recruit. Anyone that comes to me is because they want to. I don't heavily recruit.
But at the very beginning of this live stream, you're like, my link is in my bio, you can join me, while you're like actively hating on this company. Hey, this company screwed me over, but if you want to join my team, I'm at a concert right now. What the was that then? Is that a pushy recruit? No, you're not being super pushy, you're just throwing it out there, but it's still recruiting. You're still actively recruiting while you're upset with the company you're trying to recruit for. Like, what?
And that's where I'm at, that I don't give a f right now, because my feelings are hurt, because nobody has my back right now when I did nothing wrong.
Except all the things I did
made
wrong.
an example of, and that's where I'm at. I did 2 things wrong. I shook a box and I posted that I earned Hawaii.
It's literally the next sentence. You say you did nothing wrong, and then the next sentence, every time you say the things you did wrong. And you're denying that you did other things wrong that you probably also did, but you know, regardless. You cannot sit there and be like, I did nothing wrong. And then in the next breath, you're like, here are the things I did wrong.
And I love you guys, and I'm gonna hop off now because I'm not trying to make this worse for myself, but I felt that I deserved the right to tell you guys what really happened. Because I'm not going to just sit back and make myself look like an asshole in front of everyone. That's not right to me, and it's not fair to me when I have made this company.
That was the end of the live. Sunnee. Wow. Okay, so we're not done yet. Don't worry, the next live is much shorter. Long story short, she posted that live. Next day, woke up to an email that said, hey bitch, you're terminated. Except they probably didn't say it like that. But anyway, so of course, then she does a follow-up live, and that's what we're gonna watch next. Where I'm sure she's really feeling it the next day after her little spill sesh from the night before.
I am okay. I knew going live last night would get me terminated. I knew this was gonna happen. I thought when I woke up this morning, which I didn't sleep very much last night, but I thought for sure I would have had an email terminating me then. I made that decision, and I knew it doing that. I'm actually better now than I was before. The past 3 days, my anxiety, my mental state, I have been in a manic state. I lost my mentally for the past 3 days. And I honestly, I feel a little better. I don't know how to explain it, but I do.
So why is that always her excuse? I was in a manic state and I shouldn't have gone live. But it's like, it's not like she's alone, you know? She has a husband who was apparently being like, hey, haven't you stopped doing that? Like quietly, because none of us heard him be like, come on. You know, she listened to her upline though. Once her upline started calling, she's like, maybe I'll get off now. Sounds like a good idea. I don't want to get in trouble. 52 minutes later. That was a 52-minute long live. If you're surrounded by people who care about you and are telling you you're making a bad decision and you're doing it anyway, it's just kind of like you falling back on like, well, I did it because I was manic. If there are people trying to rein you in and stop you from making bad decisions, I don't think it's fair to blame it on you being manic. It's on you making the decision to yourself over like this. Like, it's just another example of her not taking responsibility for herself. I don't want to like cast any doubt upon her, but you can't always be making all these terrible decisions and going live when you know you're not supposed to. She even says that. It's like, if you know you shouldn't do this and you know what the consequences are, then I don't know if you're manic. It sounds to me like you are still here in reality knowing what the consequences are and doing it anyway. So it's like she's blaming like some kind of mental health thing on her bad decisions. Like, I just really think that this woman is incapable of taking responsibility for herself and taking responsibility for her actions. She will blame it on this person and that person. I'm being attacked. These people don't like me because I'm in an MLM. I was manic. I think you just can't take responsibility for yourself. Maybe if you start taking responsibility for yourself, you wouldn't be making these kind of decisions. You would be a more responsible human. I don't know how else to put it. Maybe I'm being too mean, and people are probably going to be like, wow, like, she clearly is having an issue, Savannah, and like, you are not being very nice and understanding about it. I just don't think, if you know the consequences, I don't think that it's a manic episode. She's sitting here admitting, I knew I shouldn't have done that. Okay, but you made the decision to do it anyway.
I'm not going anywhere.
I do have her sped up. The last video I tried to speed up, but it kept doing that thing where it was like doing the black screen and like it would like reload the player. It would just go back to playing regular speed. So I didn't have that one sped up. But this one I do, and hopefully it stays that way. Right now she's talking about like her plans to go live and start offloading stuff. So I'm probably gonna be cutting a lot of this out, just like I did the last one.
After I get through all the untamed pre-orders, then I will open up the rest of my inventory for people to sell at a discounted price, okay? I also want to let any D-stashers that are out here, any reps that might want to do some rep to rep, I am willing to offload my inventory that way as well. I'm not going to tell you guys what my plan is yet, but I'm not going anywhere. You guys are still going to see me. We're still going to be going live. We're still going to be partying. You guys are still going to be wanting everything that we're doing. Like, it's good. I'm going to de-stash some of it, but you guys, I'm sitting on $60,000 worth of inventory. So I don't really want to de-stash $60,000 worth of inventory because I do have a new business venture that I'm going to be starting. But I need to move this inventory before I can start that.
So she's basically saying, I will de-stash some of it, aka I will sell it for wholesale prices, I guess, basically. I will sell it for less than what I would have sold it for while I was in Bomb Party. But she doesn't want to do it to all of it. She still wants to make a profit. She still wants to sell stuff for probably still a discounted price, but still make a profit so that she can now take that profit and throw it into Rise. Now she's sitting here saying, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do yet. She goes to Rise. Rise is basically Bomb Party, except the jewelry is not really as bad, in my opinion.
I just wanted to fill everyone in. It was a 30-day suspension, but then I went live last night and they didn't like what I had to say, so. But I knew that going live. I knew that was going to happen. I prepared myself for that. I knew it was coming. I'm okay. I'm upset about the Hawaii trip because I did pay, hold on, I can't smoke on camera. That'll get me a violation, so give me 1 second. I did pay $5,000 to upgrade my tickets to first class and $1,000 to stay 2 extra nights, so I'm assuming I will be getting a refund for that.
You may also notice that now suddenly she is okay with selling to D-stashers. Now, I think a lot of people would probably criticize her for this. I understand. She is no longer under Bomb Party's thumb, you know? She can sell to D-stashers now. What else are they going to do? They already terminated her. They can't really do anything else. Maybe they could withhold a paycheck or something. See, this is another thing. Maybe you shouldn't be going live and being like, hey, I'm okay with selling to D-stashers now if they still owe you money. Maybe they don't. But I would imagine she would still be waiting on at least like a commission check from her team. Maybe not the best idea to start advertising to D-stashers if you're still waiting on money from Bomb Party. But anyway.
They suspended me for 30 days saying that I was selling to a D-stasher, which in my mind, a D-stasher is someone that gets inventory off of someone at like a bulk discount price, goes live with it and makes a profit, and that's their living. To me, that is what a D-stasher is, right?
That is a scalper, but okay.
Woman who was a customer of mine for over 2 years, almost 2.5 years. She's always bought big. You guys know when you come in here and you spend $300, $400, $500, you get jewelry you don't like. You get an excess jewelry that you're never going to wear at all, but you like the thrill of ordering and this and that. So she was reselling it on the buy-sell trade pages, and they didn't like that. So that was the main reason. And then I shook a box back in June. They just brought that up when they suspended me. Never got an email about that before. I posted that I earned Hawaii, and we're not supposed to use the word earned, even though the email that everyone screenshot as well said earned in it. They said I posted a link to a buy-sell trade page on my VIP page, and I did not. I never did. Like, I literally said, can you please send me a screenshot of what was turned in, because I've never done that. But I want to get through the pre-orders first, because I had $9,600 in pre-orders. So
Jesus.
I owe you guys stuff. And then I went live last night and discussed it, and I did have 3 Tito's and sodas that and I'm already a mental mess. I was in a manic state this weekend. I shouldn't have went live, but I knew when I went live, I knew what I was signing myself up for.
So she said she had 3 of those Tito's drinks, but what we should know is that it's a double shot. According to what she ordered at the bar at the end of her or at the beginning of her live, the last live, it was a double shot of vodka, soda, and lime, which equals, if she had 3 of those, well, she did drop the last one on the floor, but whatever. That's 6 shots of vodka in one night. She drinks a lot, obviously, so like she can probably handle it better than I could, but I'm just like, 6 shots is enough for me to not remember the rest of the night, dude. So just saying.
So I don't want to discuss what I'm doing, I don't want to discuss what I'm going to do yet until I actually sign on the dotted line. Because I do have lots of people reaching out to me about joining them and doing different things. I know you guys want to, my plan is to go to Rise. My plan is to go to Rise.
30 seconds ago, you just said, I'm not going to discuss what my plan is. I'm not going to say it. Okay, fine, I'm going to Rise. What the f, dude? Like, can you stick to one fucking thing for once in your life, Sunnee D? The way she contradicts herself over and over and over again, like in the next sentence. Every time, this woman cannot help herself.
I can't do anything until I destash the inventory I have. And like I said, I'm sitting on $60,000 worth of inventory. So I do need to move some of it. I was ready last night. That's why I went live. I knew what would happen by me going live. I knew what would happen. So I was ready. My feelings were really hurt. Yeah, so my plan is to go over to Rise and be in their top 10 sellers. Hopefully number 1, but and meet new people.
If she goes into a new company, well, Rise isn't a new you know what I mean? If she goes into Rise with this attitude being like, I'm gonna step all over y'all bitches and get to the top. I'm gonna be number 1 seller, just watch. I don't think you're gonna make very many friends in Rise if you're gonna behave that way. Like, people don't actually like to be, you know, treated this way and spoken to this way. You're already like setting yourself up to not have a good time. So again, like I was saying at the beginning of this video, I give her a year tops. I don't think she'll make it a year in Rise. Might not even make it a few months, dude. With this attitude, people aren't gonna like you very much. You're not gonna have a good time. We'll see.
I met a lot of great people through Bomb Party. That's the part that I'm gonna miss the most. There's some of the friends that I truly made. But I know that my following, my supporters, my friends that I've met through my lives, all of that, I know you guys are gonna stay with me. I know I'm not losing you guys. It's my Bomb Party friends, the other reps that I feel.
So in multi-level marketing companies, all of your little sideline sisters and your fellow uplines and stuff, you'll all be buddies while you're all in there together. But the moment somebody leaves, that person is now excommunicated. It is like Scientology. They are now a suppressive person. She's talking about these Bomb Party reps that were her friends, like they're not gonna be her friends anymore. And she's probably right, because there's going to be consequences if she is still interacting with these people, for those people. Like they will probably be punished for still, you know, following Sunnee, communicating with Sunnee. Also, them still being involved in Sunnee, if they do leave Bomb Party for Rise, if anyone leaves Bomb Party for Rise to follow Sunnee, Sunnee's ass is gonna be sued so hard, because that is usually a big thing in multi-level marketing company. They consider it cross-recruiting. If you are trying to take people out of their company and bring them into your company, especially, there's usually even a time limit in your contract for how long you have to go before you join like one of their competitors or something like that. I don't know. I don't have Bomb Party's policies and stuff in front of me. I don't know. But usually it's like 6 months to 2 years, depending on the company. And they'll be like, you can't join another competitor selling similar products for this amount of time or else we'll sue you. Clearly, she went to their number 1 competitor immediately. And if anybody from Bomb Party leaves and joins Sunnee's team, or, you know, is still communicating with Sunnee and ends up in Rise somehow, it's over for Sunnee. Like, her ass is gonna be sued so hard. And when that happens, I'll let you know, because it's probably gonna be another fucking crazy ass crash out.
I will shake every box tonight. I just wanted to hop on. I gotta get ready. I rolled out of bed. I still have yesterday's makeup on. I'm actually wearing the t-shirt I wore last night to the concert. I need to get in the shower and grab some food because I really haven't eaten in like 3 or 4 days.
That's not good.
No, I wasn't planning on doing anything until after the Hawaii trip. So I was just gonna ride out the suspension and then figure out what I was going to do. But my pride almost made me feel like I couldn't go back to them after the suspension, but I kind of wanted to go to Hawaii. So I was gonna wait to figure out what I was going to do until then. But I was terminated for going live last night and not speaking professionally about the company. I'm not gonna badmouth BP. Like, I'm not gonna bash them. I loved my time with BP. I loved being with that company. I loved the community I built. It's 5 o'clock my time right now, and I need to shower, get ready, and then I'm gonna go grab some food with my husband because I've not been sleeping much tonight.
5 p.m.? Must be 5 p.m., right? So she must have been in bed for a while after that rager she went on the night before. Because there's no way this is 5 o'clock in the morning.
I had an amazing upline with BP, so anyone who was my downlines, they will now fall up to my upline, and she will take care of them.
A lot of them are going to follow you, and I think we all know that, right? Because otherwise, how are you expecting to be number 1 seller in Rise now? You've got to at least be expecting some of your team to follow you over to Rise, right? I don't know, though, because they probably all have a bunch of inventory, too. Interesting.
Sometimes we make decisions, and there are consequences for decisions that we make, and sometimes it isn't. Everything that happens in life is supposed to happen, I believe. I just got a violation for apparently repeatedly asking for GIFTS, and hold on, I'm appealing it. Yeah, someone's reporting me, and I'm not doing anything wrong. Please don't do that.
Hold on, then if you can't ask on TikTok for gifts. So all that shit that gets put on her face. If you can't ask for that while you're on TikTok live, then how do these TikTok battles work? Because I thought that's what TikTok battles were, of people like seeing how many gifts the other can get. Isn't that what TikTok battles are? How is that against violation when like everyone and their mother does it?
Don't do that. There's no need for it. We don't need to just like continue to try to hurt people.
I think we do, actually, because if you're going to still be in an MLM and go on TikTok and try to shill for said MLM on TikTok, that is against their policies and procedures. So if you're going to continue to do that, that's probably going to continue to keep happening. I'm just saying.
I love you guys very much. I'm not going anywhere. You guys will still see me and we'll still hang out. I love you too, Britt. I love you guys. I will see y'all later.
Okay. So that's all I got as far as Sunnee D's crash out. But anyway, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of all the things we experienced here together today. I think Sunnee D is an interesting character. We'll just put it that way. She is a toddler in a grown-ass woman's skin. My own toddler can probably take responsibility for himself better than she can. What a messy mess of a person Sunnee D is. If anything else comes of this, you know I will update you guys. But for now, it sounds like she's in Rise, and who knows how that will end up. So I will keep following the situation, and if anything warrants an update, I will do so. So the last thing we have to do here today is thank some people. I want to thank my patrons and my members, guys. The list of names I'm about to read off are my financial supporters. They get access to things like our private Discord server. We have a postcard club, sometimes early access to videos if I'm able to get that to you, and sometimes even more than that. So if anything like that sounds good to you, you can go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie, or you can click the join button beneath this video to join my YouTube memberships. Just whatever platform you want to join on works for me if it works for you. So with that, the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Hula Chowdown, Jacqueline Nutton, Kessie Drew, KJ Barnes, Leanne, Marie Silver, Bug, Caroline Reed, Daniel Urena, Maddie Darley, Ray, AJC, RC's Jewelry Designed by Amber, Luciana Valiente, Emily Jean, Hannah Moe, Alex Gollum, Love to Be Evil, Liz Sahu, Charcity, Evan Adler, LaSalle Story, Fluffy Duckbutt 24 Elaine, Ferd Turgeson Esquire, Just Mark, Baby Pink Pearl, Alice Wagner, Fallon Harris, Jessica Billhart, and Emion. And to the rest of my financial supporters, thank you so much for being here and being you. And even if you're not a financial supporter, thanks for making it to the end of this video. YouTube loves watch time. They love to see you sit and watch through a long video like this. So if you're here, thank you. I do have like a scripted video that I want to put out, and I will be putting out. I just needed more time to put like a script together and cover these topics with the respect and careful planning that they deserve. So I will be working on that. But until then, I guess that's the next time I'll see you, probably. Okay, bye.